Hey guys, welcome back to this channel. I'm Ella and in this video we are going to learn how we can create a blue plan. This is a very unique way of presentation and however we don't use it these days. In previous days it was very common. So let's get started. There are so many ways that you can do this and it has actually two different parts. Its background and all of the lines, all of the plan and details that we have in this view. We're going to start with background because if we change all of these lines to white, we can't see it in this white background. So one of the simplest ways to create a blue plan is to use this sheet option here. Create new one in metric. You can either select it and go to its edit family in here or simply create a new sheet from scratch. In here you can go to create and use fill region to fill this area with a blue color. So select rectangle and create one in this part. Hit finish and go to its edit type. In this part change your foreground fill pattern to solid and change its color to, let's say, this blue or this one, and then apply. This is one way that you can have blue background, and if you want to learn how you can manage this sheet better, you can watch this video here. Second way only works in 3D view. However, in this part we might not have that much of information like lines and dimension and texts. First we are going to hide this section box, then active crop region, and then click on this visual style and go to graphic display option. In here go to background part and use one of these three modes. So if you want to use sky, you can just simply change its color to this one and apply. As you can see, our background turns to that color. Another way that you can use is to use gradient, which gives you three different colors that you can use in here. It works the best when you are in different view, like when you have perspective. Also, we have this image option here, and if you click on this part and select your favorite image, let's say you want to use something like this for your background. If you apply, it will appear in this part. It's not looking that much good, but this is a way that you can add image to your background. I think we would have much better visual if all of these colors, all of these lines were white, and we have more transparency in here so we could see the other side of these furnitures too. But definitely this sky mode is an option to use for having different backgrounds for your pictures. Let's put it on none and move to third way, which is the most easier one. So if you want to export your image from one of these 2D views like plan or sections, go to file and click on this option here. Go to colors and change canvas color to dark. Now if you change the background color to this blue or whatever color that you want and apply, you will have this beautiful blue in all of the views. Now that we checked everything related to background, let's move on to foreground and our plan. First thing we need to do in this part is to change this visual style to hidden lines. With this, I think 90% of our problem is solved, but we still have some kind of problems here. You see this bed in here? It didn't turn white with this, so we need to go to visibility and graphic. In this part, go to imported category and expand all of these. Click on this part, press shift, and then click on the last one. Now in projection part and line section, click on this override here. In this part, we need to change our color. But the point is, we're not going to use this white here because if you use this, your lines in this part will turn black. But if you use black, it will turn white. So select black and okay. See? All of them turned white. Now another thing in this view is all of these patterns in here. I have used white color for them so they turned black when I changed the canvas color. To fix them, we also need to go to visibility and graphic in here, or simply press VV in your keyboard. Now go and find floors in your model category. Open it and select all of them. In pattern section, click on this part and change all of these colors to black. I'm not going to change the patterns because I want to keep all of these here. So, okay, and apply. You see all of them turned white, even these colors that had like gray or other colors on them. Perfect. Now, another thing that we need to fix is all of these parts here. These are objects, and if you go to their edit family, you can see that they have used the filled region to fill this part in project. So select it and go to its edit type. In this part, just simply change its color from white to black. And if you want, you can also change its pattern as well. So click here and change it to whatever thing that you want. Okay, and load it to your project again. Perfect. Now do the same for this kitchen table as well. This part and this part is where I used filled region myself. So select it and go to its edit type. In here, change its color from white to black and also change its pattern. Apply and both changes. There's also another thing that you might face. If you have different colors for these dimensions, you can just simply select them and go to their edit type. Now change their color from this part. If you have white, you might see all of them in this part black. So make sure they are on black. Another thing that I want to change in this view is all of these walls here. As you can see, they have no pattern and I want them to be solid white. So I'm going to go to visibility and graphic, and in model category, we are going to select all of these walls here. Then instead of projection, we are going to go to the cut section, and in pattern, we are going to change all of these patterns to solid. And I have no idea for what reason we need to change all of these colors to white instead of black. So make sure you're selecting the right color. Okay, and apply. It's much better now. Now your plan is ready for export. But there's also another tip that you need to know here. If you have different types of colors here with different weight and you can't see them in your final image, you just need to go to manage and object style. In this part, you can change all of these colors. If you have problem with patterns in your floor, go to floor section. If you have problem with this pattern here in here, go to wall section and change the line weight of these parts separately. I'm saying this because we might need higher line weight for this part, a smaller line weight for these patterns here. It depends on the section that you want to focus on. So export an image first and then check in which parts you need higher weight or lower line weight, and then come here and change all of them. Another thing that you can use in here is shadows. Of course, this is too much, but if you go to sun setting and find your favorite sun lighting, like this one, you might have better look. For controlling them, you can go to visual style again, and in lighting section, you can decrease this number like this. See? You have a very smooth shadow here, but it looks much better. And also, if you want these sketchy lines, you can check this box and use 1 or 2 for jitter and extension. I don't recommend to go over these numbers because, as you can see, it might destroy everything. So use a reasonable number. These are ways that you can make your plan look much better. So yes, that's it. As you can see, this is the final work, and I really hope it was useful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next tutorial. Bye!